He was that way from the get-go. Okay? And the scriptures didn't really have to go into the specifics of, oh, well, when he was 13 years old, you know, he did this and did that, you know.
Turned 19, he was, you know.
I heard some bugged out shit where when he turned a certain age, he went to Egypt to learn, you know. There's like so much folly and bullshit out there where that's where you got to come to the prophets. That's where you got to come to the true men of the Lord, man. It can break this book down in its entirety in a proper context.
The Lord said he come in a volume of the book.
Yeah, it's written twice.
You can't get nothing else but from the source. The record is the scriptures. You try to read these other different gospels and different testimonies, those are numbers what you call pseudepigraphas. They're pretty much just extra biblical texts that men just came up with. The Lord said, add not to the word, neither take away from it.
Or I'll add the plagues that are not written in this book unto you.
Like you'll read, like, you'll have bugged out people talking about, yeah, the Most High, he had a wife.
Right.
It's not going to say it in the Bible, but it said it in this lost book. This is where you, now you bugged out because you're not reading from the volume. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. You ain't supposed to go nowhere else.
No other shit want to make.
Or the Lord had a wife, but you didn't read it because they took the book of the gospel of Barnabas or the gospel of, you know, whoever, you know.
Yeah, they like to say Mary Magdalene.
Yeah.
Her book had dealings with each other.
Yeah, man.
I got some. 1 Peter 2 and 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Yahushua also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps, who did no sin, neither was a guile found in his mouth.
No guile, man. From birth. Because he was what? He was born in what? What was he born with? The Holy Spirit. So ain't no way he could have been going off when he was a kid. His teenage years, he went and stole out of the temple or something. You know, nah, man.
He was still in the womb, and the Spirit was speaking to an angel, whatever, was speaking to Mary and Joseph. Pretty much told him, who was now, it's okay. The Spirit that's in him is from the Most High. Brother still have one. You have more? I mean, I could read this next verse. I'm reading verse 22. Who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth, who, when he was reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judges righteously, who his own self bare our sins in his own body on the tree, that we, being dead to sins, should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes ye were healed. For ye were a sheep going astray, but are now returned unto the shepherd and bishop of your souls. And they say when
shepherd and bishop of your souls.
Yeah.
That's heavy. Who's that? I was shocked. He's a shepherd.
Now, the thing about that hook that shepherds have,
yeah.
What do they use that for? To guide the head back in line, or even to tap you, pop you a little bit. Same deal.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he does even in his truth to the Spirit now. We were talking about it earlier. So you go off and he'll remind you, hey, use where his wisdom at. You know what to do with this. Stay back on course. You brother got something.
Hebrews 1:6. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he said, and let all the angels of Yahweh worship him.
Talk about that preeminence, yeah. They omitted Hebrew.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. You can't take Paul's writing serious. You can't take the book of Hebrews.
Mark's writing serious.
You can't take the Gospel of Mark serious.
Wow. So it's crazy how people make excuses to make it more, like it's easier for them to make it harder versus taking what's given to them.
And that's that deep demon trying to, you know, trying to reinvent the truth.
Yeah,
You know,
trying
like
to go up to Mars Hill.
They forgot about this.
Yeah.
They didn't go into the apostles. They didn't go into this. They never went into this. Come on, man. All the prophecies, everything everything's been broken down. You know, of course we get better understanding, but they trying to, you know, reinvent the truth, man.
It's crazy because these guys that do that, this is something we're saying because you can't watch everybody. You can't watch every camp and every different doctrine. You got to know the doctrines that you're coming into and the differences, and then you got to do the search, you know, for yourself. It's important that you have a belief in whatever you believe in. You got to stand on that. But at the end of the day, watching all these different camps, some of them just beg to be different. You know, if every camp acknowledged the apostles as the top guys in Israel, which they are, when you really get into their character and how they break things down, and the diligence they show, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And then who has refuted something that if it was true the apostles haven't come to that, you're right on that. Versus, you know, took the humble route, you're right on that. Versus, no, like everybody else does, when we go and correct certain people, they want to keep trying to turn the dial a little bit more. Like, bro, you know that the ass is going to end up where we're at. You know? So, but you got to be settled on where that truth is at.
They won't accept the simple answer.
Because of who it's coming from,
Right.
versus, you know,
What it actually is, you know, who it's coming from.
because that lets you know, you can look right into people and see that they want their own glory. What are you looking for glory for, man? We're not here to glory ourselves or to be glorified ourselves. We're here to glorify Yahweh Shai for what He's done for us, and by that glorifying the Heavenly Father.
I got a scripture on that one. This is Proverbs 25 and 27. It is not good to eat it is not good to eat much honey. So for men to search their own glory is not glory. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
You're trying to go the deep route, going into all these books and reading all these commentaries from these different Bible scholars, and now you grabbing this information and that information because it sounds right to you. And now you think because you didn't put it all together, now you just this big, super deep prophet. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even realize that the more prouder you're becoming, the more the Lord is bugging you out. You know?
I'm going to give you the flip side of how you're supposed to do it. I mean, not that you're supposed to be trying to be deep, but to be deep in the scriptures, what do you got to do? Go deep into proving the truth. The established prophecies, proving the truth. Go find other books, go find other accounts that back up what the prophecies say. That back up what the scriptures talk about. Go deeper into the history. Do that. Nobody, apostle knows. You always said, when you start talking about history, people start see the views go down. Nobody likes watching them videos. Those be the ones.
Yeah, those give you a better understanding. You know, so you could, apostle say, when you read, you gotta, you know, visualize.
Yeah.
And having that history, it helps you better visualize the time of the Persians and the Medes, the Babylonians, the Greeks,
Climate that was going on.
And what was going, like you said, what was going on during that time. Why Apostle Paul was writing these letters about certain things, certain lifestyles not to do, because that's when you read into the actual history, the sacred history, that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know,
that was making its way into the church.
Right.
Yep. Exactly right, bro.
Yeah, you gotta, you know, really it comes down to the discernment. You know, it's a lot of different groups, a lot of different heresies out there. But the Lord has it that way just to make the path of the truth that much more narrow.
Sift. Yeah, you said the word on my
to sift you. You know, if you're not of the elect, you know, you're gonna be sifted elsewhere.
So you can't. And we're talking to everybody. We're talking to the camera, but you know, certain things are being said because you hear also. So you can't leave it up to because he believes this,
I'm just believe what he believes. No, you gotta find out what you believe. You know, and then prove it so you believe it and understand why you believe it.
Let every man be.
There you go. That's somebody said.
Yeah, be persuaded in his own
Every
mind.
man gotta be persuaded in their own mind. You can't be like, my dad believes it, so I believe it. That
Right.
It don't work that way. Your dad gotta believe it individually, and then you gotta believe it individually. Because at the end of the day, your 2 feet gotta walk the path, so to speak. You know, you gotta live that life of the path. And he may be settled to a point where he got his understanding, his belief, and he make it, and you not settled, but you don't understand why he understands, and now you don't make it. You know, or y'all won't be together where he can break it down to you in that moment. So you gotta have it for yourself. You know, that's what's the one that I brought up with y'all? Second Ezra 7. It said the fire on the right and, and
water on the
water
left.
on the left. That only one man can pass at a time. There's no piggybacking or hand holding. Now somebody in front of you will guide you the way. If they're walking it themselves, but
You still gotta walk.
you still gotta walk it yourself. It's like a tightrope or a thin road or whatever you want to call it. The golden child, you know, wants to go get the knife and all of that, but you gotta walk that path yourself to get across.
And it's like, when going back to your first point you was making, doing your own research. So I could read it, I'm out here reading it, but you going home and you like looking and reading it yourself, you get a better understanding.
Hey,
go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna land back from, put testimony on it. When I first heard the truth, I'm watching the apostles now, but I'm watching them read these things. But when I went and got my Bible and read it for myself, as they're reading it, it meant something different.
It says that.
Whoa, it really do say that. It sounds like they say that when they say it. But now I know that's what it says. Wow, it do say that. As a matter of fact, across from it, it says this too. And down the page, it say, you start seeing more.
And what I think on the side.
The margin.
The margin. It says this word means this.
Yep.
They said that.
Yep.
You know, and then
and GR right there.
Yeah. You go into the blue letter.
Yep.
And you start to,
get the full understanding.
Yeah, let every man be
vital.
persuaded.
You can't be lazy just piggybacking and being a parent, repeating what you heard. You gotta understand it, and then your own lingo of speaking the same thing will begin to come
you
out.
could kind of tell, like with certain, like some of these other camps, you could tell that a lot of these dudes, they're just in emotions and they're just following man.
That's right.
You'll see these dudes that'll be in position to speak, but they don't even sound like they sound. They sound like they're emulating
the leader.
Their
head of the camp or whoever.
He's doing his best impression of his head.
Yeah.
What would
It's
he
not.
say?
It's not. None of it is really genuine. You just, following man.
Yeah. Like a
cussed us out about that.
Hell yeah.
When someone sounded like that, it was like, no, man. You're hearing a bunch of parents around here, man. We need y'all to,
Yeah.
it cut everybody. It's leaders. Yeah, we want others that. Matter of fact, somebody grab it.
Like the scriptures do say that we're supposed to have the same, judgment.
Yep.
Have the same mind, same.
But
We're supposed to be one.
But you shouldn't sound like the Apostle of Hearts.
But we ain't supposed to be no fucking parrots, man.
Right.
It kind of goes back to the body, where I'll give you the analogy of basketball. If everybody on the team is playing like LeBron James, no, I need you to play like a point guard. I need you to play like a power forward or center, so we could.
Every need is met.
Right. Every if you're playing like this person, you're not getting rebounds and whatever. So we all have to, have our own unique way.
Somebody
But
told me before, they said, y'all all saying the same thing, but sometimes they need to hear you say it the way you understand it.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And really,
for the people that identify with your spirit.
And really, all we're saying is just what the scriptures say.
That's it.
You just got to break that down right.
Yeah.
And you have your own way of breaking it down. As long as you teach it. I hate cars like that.
Right.
All that noise and they don't fucking get nowhere.
Yeah. The other end of the block.
Yeah.
That motherfucker probably will blow up by the end of the week.
Sticker
turn.
But yeah.